Hello, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. If you guys are new, hello, I am Yasmin. Sagittarius, we're going to go ahead and get started with your reading. I understand that you guys didn't have your live, so I'm going to do your live today. We're going to use some oracles like we normally do, and we're also going to be using the tarot. So let's go ahead. Let's get into it, Sag. Let's see what comes out here for you. We'll probably only pull one card from this deck. So let's see. This is for Sag. Let's see what's coming out here for you, Sagittarius. All right. All right. Well, you have closure at the bottom of the deck. Okay. So you have closure and you have divine timing. So let's just talk about it. Let's just read this one first. Here it says, have patience as nothing can occur until the conditions are completely ready. Trust in divine timing. Well, that's interesting because you do have closure here. So you see there's like a process of something closing out. You fully walking away from something. She's standing in the cold. So something isn't as warm anymore. Maybe a person like a family. Well, I mean, technically, you can't really get closure from a friend, family, but you can distance yourself from them. This could happen with friends, okay, where you're not necessarily as close to the people that you were once close to. But here it says sometimes the only closure you need is to understand that your soul deserves peace. So I feel like, you know, if this is a lover situation, if this is a friend situation, for a lot of you here with this whole closure energy, something must be released. Okay, this is like the end of the end here, according to this card. And then it says here with divine timing that in divine time, you absolutely will, okay, be finding what you need when it is time for you to experience that here, Sagittarius. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put closure here as well. Now, you do have sexuality that's also coming out here for you. It says, embrace the sexual nature, experience divine bliss, link link your wild glow, power to that hot cosmic energy. I'm trying to read this, but it seems so weird how they put it on here. I have no idea what she's talking about. But here it's just saying that you guys may be feeling very sexually inclined towards a particular person. I don't know who that is, but this is what it's saying, guys. Okay. This is what it said, child, that you guys have this very sexual pull towards an individual, and you know who I'm talking about, right? It's interesting. One thing that I actually noticed that I was doing a reading for someone and their person of interest in their astrology had a whole bunch of Sagittarius, okay, energy. So for them, they will almost technically be a Sag, okay? So I wanted to say that even if the person isn't a Sagittarius, some of you guys may have a person who you're dealing with that has heavy Sag placement. And so you're trying to figure out why, you know, you're so magnetized towards this person. Well, that could be why. Okay. But I definitely see a very strong sexual energy here for you, Sagittarius, when it comes down to someone. And I know this is a really weird card to come out, especially after closure and timing. Maybe this is the reason why it's been so hard for you to walk away from this person. Ooh, yeah, maybe that's why. Maybe it's because it was just a very strong sexual connection. Maybe that's the reason why. Maybe there was a third party, right? Maybe there was, you know, another person involved. Maybe on your end or their end. But here it says it's time to say goodbye with that closure. That's what I'm saying. And then the divine timing is coming out because it's like one of those things where it's like, okay, well, when am I going to be happy if I release this person, if I let this person go? You know, when am I going to be happy? And so here, the answer to that is until nothing could occur until the conditions are completely ready. So if you have some type of strong pull towards someone, the universe is going to be like, you're not quite ready for the real thing yet, but you will be. Okay. I'm not going to put this down, but I was trying to figure out why sexuality came out. And I'm like, oh, that's why. That's why it came out. Okay. I do believe this person was dealing with different people. I do believe that they were dealing with different people, that type of thing. I think that now you're learning how to say no to this person Because before, maybe you just constantly kept opening a door for them, waiting for them, okay, in some way, yearning, desiring, right? And a lot of that has something to do with how you imagined him or her to be. Oh, they're going to be the love of my life. They're the person I feel so strongly pulled towards them. They're everything that I ever that I ever wanted, right? Here it says, but you got to learn how to say no to toxic connections, though. This is you. You're like in a process where you are learning to say no to it, okay? It says no to tainted offers and to any influences around you that could be spiritually and emotionally harmful to you. You got to learn how to say no. I know y'all want it really bad, but you got to learn how to say no and say yes to your happiness here. Positive energy is flowing around you and within you. Stay optimistic. Okay. I didn't mean to put that card down, but we're going to take it because you guys obviously needed to hear that. So we're going to go ahead and take that. Let's go ahead. Let's keep going. This is going to be, I apologize. This is going to be for Sagittarius. Let's see what's coming out here for Sag. Sorry, I'm losing my voice, y'all. I talk so much, so if you hear me kind of struggling, that's why. I apologize. I'm struggling over here. All right, so this is for Sagittarius. Let's see what's coming out here for Sag. Now, this reading isn't just on love, by the way, okay? This is everything. But if love is what comes out, that's what comes out. Let's get it. Let's just take this one to try to fall. Let's see. Boom. Ooh. I didn't expect that. The reincarnation of the narcissist. Someone coming back around. Now I see the reason why it says say no. Say no to them. Something from the past will make an appearance and must be dealt with in order to move what? Move on and make progress. Isn't that crazy? Because from a different deck here, the closure card came out. This hasn't happened yet, y'all. Yeah, this ain't happened yet, y'all. I really wanted it to. I don't think it has happened. I don't think it's happened. I think it's basically saying for you, because again, it doesn't have to be the person actually coming into your life. For some of you, that will happen. But for others, it could be what they do, what they say. And you know for a fact this isn't going to work. You know for a fact that this is not going to be your person. Even if they curse you out, call you names, say some mean things, you know that this isn't it. However it happens for you, the past is still lingering in your energy. And this is the thing that needs to be done away with. Now, for some of you, this is also like the reincarnation of feelings and emotions and fears that you may have had before. Maybe it's been, you know, situations with money, fears around your money, problems with your family, okay? So some of you guys are like, shit, it's about to start again. Here we go again. So I do believe for some of you, it could talk about how things of the past is going to start again. You know how that happens sometimes? You thought that everything was over and done, and now you have to deal with it again, okay? So we're not only talking about love, we're also talking about other, you know, relationship issues, you know, as well, and also just problems that you may have to contend with, okay? And it's not saying it's going to be the worst thing, but I do see here that some of you guys are already experiencing this. But you had reincarnation. We're going to see what this means totally when we get into the tarot here, Sagittarius. Now, be careful, though. I want you to be careful because you guys had the narcissist card. Now, you could have been dealing with someone who was selfish as hell. That is true. But it also lets me know that some of you guys are dealing with this person because it's an ego thing. Like this person has to love you. This person has to desire you. Okay? They have to. And you're doing everything in your power to almost get them to validate you, not because you're so in love with them. I don't even think that this talks about love. I think that this is more so about validation. Because that's what we're saying when we're talking about ego, right? But I do believe that you were dealing with someone who was very attractive, very seductive, a ladies' man, a man who's man's woman's, okay, a woman's man or whatever. right? You were dealing with someone who was beautiful and attractive and popular, okay? And the thing is, I feel like for some of you guys, this person could have hurt your ego in some kind of way, and you still need to feel that validated by this person. Well, if they come back up in here, I'll just let them know that I don't want them, but just the fact that they came back in lets me know that they still want me. And this is what the universe is basically saying. You got to be careful about that. Okay, be careful about that energy. Now we're going to go ahead and get into, oh, you know what? I wanted to pull this card. I was supposed to. Let me move this. I'll just move one out of the way. We're going to still read the divine timing part though. But let's go ahead. I wanted to actually use one of these cards. This is for Sagittarius. Boop, came out. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, you guys have take inspired action here. That is a cardinal energy. It talks about the start of a season. This could be something around winter, and it makes sense because your birthday is in the winter time. It talks about you being a trendsetter, you having new experiences with people. It also talks about new beginnings here, okay, which is what we've been saying. Now, this card that is supposed to be put on the table says what? Trust divine timing. There it is. Didn't I just push this one to the side? You had two of them, two different decks. This is crazy. So it's really trying to tell you something. Please don't force anything here. Please don't force it. And when we clarify it, we're going to try to figure out what it is in particular. I know it's going to be different for everybody, but the fact that that's coming out so strongly in your reading, please don't force nothing at this time. Okay. Now let's get into your reading. You guys already know every card is going to be including money, work, career, and finances and love. So we're going to see what's happening here with you, Sagittarius. Let's get the first card here for Sagittarius. Oh, okay. You guys had two cards that came out. You guys had the Temperance card and the 8 of Swords. So when we're talking about money, it has not been great. Okay, this is what I'm saying. I see that for a lot of you guys, you're working really hard, but you're not getting paid the type of money you want. Some of you guys are getting paid the type of money you want, and you are miserable where you are working. There's something about your work where you just feel like you're not getting the benefits of, out of it. You get what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, they pay a lot or whatever, but you still feel this dissatisfaction. It's just hard to explain. I don't know why that is for you. It could be just your coworkers getting on your nerves. It could be the fact that you have to get up real damn early in the morning. And you are not an early bird, right? So you're like, man, it's just something that is just kind of off, okay? So I do see that, all right? The Temperance card, I hate to say it. But the Temperance card is like, you're going to have to try to do your best to work with what you got at this moment. You're going to have to, right? Because here with the 8 of Swords, it does feel like this energy of being trapped. Like, you're like, I don't like being here. I don't like the fact of my circumstances and situations. I don't like it. Right? You don't have a choice. It's kind of like you got to deal with it for right now. That's it. Now, I do feel like there's something that could possibly happen in the future. A little bit of something here. But you do have to wait. I mean, because let's be honest here, even Temperance card talks about the sense of patience, right? And we've seen divine timing coming out twice. So yes, you may not like your job. You may not like your money, okay? But things are going to get better over time. But right now, you're going to have to take a chill pill. You got to chill. Now, I mean, it doesn't mean that you can't do other things. It doesn't mean that you can't, have a little side business. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that you can't go out and maybe Uber, okay, or something. But one thing that I do see here is that you may have to stay put for right now, okay? Because, I definitely say you're going to have to stay put. Ugh, yeah, because looking at this mommy, y'all really ain't got that many options at this point. Now, for some of you, this could have been in the past. You really didn't have too many options, and money is running real low. So you don't want to make, any weird decisions just because you don't feel right about your money. You don't feel right about your job. You don't want to do that. You want to be responsible here, okay? Now, it is hitting that closure card. I don't think that relates to your money. I feel like that in time, your money will get better. Yes, that would be a part of your closure from having difficult experiences with your finances. but I still feel like you got to kind of climb yourself out of something, or, you know, you're going to, before you are actually really content with where you are, it may take a little bit of time. Okay, that's just reality. When it comes down to your love situation, I got to be honest, y'all. Looking at what I saw when I first pulled this, y'all can't get somebody out of your head. Y'all are kind of bound. And I don't know if you have binded yourself to this person because of a belief. And it feels that way. Like this mummy here is kind of like, man, you know, I can't get out of this. Maybe you don't want to. Maybe at one point you really didn't want to get out of it. I don't know. But I definitely see that there is something happening to you when it comes down to love, that you felt like, I'm just tied to this person. Thank you so much, Emmeline. And I haven't seen you in forever. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. A lot of you are going to have to pray. Because remember, in the beginning or maybe middle part of the reading, I already told you, I don't necessarily see you guys getting out of this situation with this person right now, meaning emotionally. Like, even when we saw reincarnation, we know for a fact that a lot of you are going to be experiencing this past energy. That's a fact. And some of you are wanting that because, again, they have to validate something within you because of that ego. And the universe is like, baby, let it go. It doesn't mean that you're any less. It doesn't mean that you're not capable. It just means that, you know, they just, in this lifetime, maybe they just don't see you. And it's their right. It's really their right to choose whoever they want to choose. It's been people before that you have rejected, and people that maybe not in that way, but you've told people no before. So I just believe that there's something about this person that you kind of built up in your mind, Eight of Swords, about who they are, and they ain't that. They ain't that, y'all. You know what I mean? They could be good people, but I just don't think, based off of what I'm seeing, I don't see them the way that y'all are seeing them. And you're over time, you're going to be able to let this go, because this is hitting that closure card that says what? Sometimes the only closure you need is the understanding that you need peace. And a lot of y'all haven't had peace with the fact that this person didn't love you, or that they walked out on you, and that you did so much for this individual and they show absolutely no consideration or concern. Maybe that's the thoughts that's in your mind here that's trapped with this Eight of Swords about them. You can't get that out of your head. And the universe is like, let it go. But you are going to be experiencing, I'm just going to tell you, you guys are going to be experiencing a person from the past. That is just what I see. Whether it's just the feelings coming back up or it's just them coming in. But I can tell you it ain't going to work. It's just not meant to work. This is the universe kind of slowly tugging. It's like, come on, Sag. I know you don't want to go. Come on. I know you don't want to go, Sag, but it'll be all right. You'll be okay. And I see a gentle tug. I don't see it as rough as I would be other readings, other signs. I've seen it before where you could tell the universe have to actually literally snatch, you know, certain signs by the neck out of situations because they're too hard-headed. Okay. Let's get the reincarnation here for Sagittarius. Let's see what's being reincarnated. Let's start with your money, work, and career first. We're going to get 2 cards for that because I'm in that mood. Oh, yeah. Look at y'all. Ooh. Ooh. The Beauty and the Beast. And you feel like the Beast. You feel like the Beast. You're the beauty, but you feel like the Beast. All down and depressed. Ain't nobody want me. Like, when you look at this person, look at how he look. Look at him. And she has to come around and be like, you're beautiful. You're good. I'll take care of you. You're amazing. Right? This is what's going to happen. Here you're going to be feeling like the Beast when this person comes into your life. This is why the universe said you got to close that cycle, because you can't go in here with this type of energy. You can't be thinking you the Beast. and you're walking around here a 9 or a 10. Okay, you can't be thinking that you're the beast because someone did not love you right, because they are not able to see it in this lifetime. Please. And there's other things that have happened to you because there's the struggle inward for your value. Okay, your esteem. There's a struggle that you have been experiencing because maybe it has been many things in your life that you haven't been able to obtain. And that's really the personal struggle that a lot of you guys are having. Well, my mom, wasn't necessarily nice to me. I had problems with my sister. Me and my sisters and my brothers don't get along. You know what I mean? And here I am. I'm telling you, there's things that you've experienced that have made you feel like the beast. And the strength card talks about that's where the struggle has been, even deeper than just love. But that's not the card that came out. It really wasn't. That was not the card. Can I show you the card that came out that was so on point? 4 of Swords, absolutely. 6 of Cups. You see how on point that was? Y'all thought that I was talking about that strength card. The fact that some of you guys, even too, here with this 4 of Swords, why aren't they reaching out? They don't love me. They don't care. They act like they don't care. They're not doing anything. Because what? They got their hands folded. You are still contributing your value to what they're not doing. That has absolutely nothing to do with you. This person is incapable of doing that. And here with the 6 of Cups, it's letting me know that for some of you, y'all really did believe that this person was a soulmate. Somebody said in the comment section, by the way. Okay? Like, I said in the beginning of the reading, I just love this person so much. I just love them so much. And yeah, this person has not reached out. This person hasn't been doing anything. It is true. They have been sitting there with their hands folded. And that is what's hitting the reincarnation card. So how are you going to react when this person come back up in here? Are you going to be like, oh, thank the Lord, praise Jesus. But the person I've been waiting for has finally called my phone. Hallelujah. Part of the reincarnation for you is to do things differently in this lifetime. The 4 of Swords is your energy because we're sitting in your energy. But I can tell that's what you're thinking about them because that's the reincarnation. You feel that way because you feel like they're not doing anything. But this is what Spirit was trying to get you guys to see. Yes, they're not doing anything, but it was for your own good. This is a part of your healing process because it told you from the jump. Here with closure. What does it say? Let's read it again. It literally says, sometimes the only closure that you need is to understand that your soul deserves peace. You don't need anything else. Something from the past will make an appearance and must be dealt with in order for what? For you to move on or make progression. You could have already moved on and that person comes back and finally you can tell this person no, which what we saw in the beginning of this reading. Now you can tell this person no. And now you know that you're ready. The 4 of Swords is talking about, okay, let's go ahead and heal so your real soulmate can come in. Okay, let's take care of that mechanical body, that heart, and that mind of yours that's been sitting there this whole time wondering about someone who really ain't really got the it factor. Yeah, the sex may have been amazing, right? We saw that earlier where the chemistry could be there. That's true. But are they concerned about you? Do they love you? Do they ask you, do you want anything? Do you need anything? Like, that's what you want. But I don't think that that's what you were getting, because even with the 4 of Swords in a relationship, the person is half-assing it. They ain't doing shit. They're just like there. Literally just there. You can't even afford to put so much of your energy and time in anything right now when your money ain't right. Now, I love the fact that the reincarnation talks about, like, the replenishing, okay? This is like something that has happened really in the past here with the 6 of Cups. If there has been devastating situations. So let's say bankruptcy, housing issues, loss of jobs, anything like that, right? The reincarnation cycle is coming back to life. So yes, here with the Four of Swords, there's not much going on in your bank account. You are not necessarily getting what you would normally get to feel comfortable. There's this nervousness that you feel, this uneasiness that some of you guys are feel. And part of the Four of Swords says, I really can't do too much of anything. I just sit here and fold my hands. I can pay for my bills, but I can't do much else. And so here, that's where it says the reincarnation is really going to come about. Now, sometimes with the Six of Cups, sometimes that's not necessarily how I read it, but it is hitting the reincarnation card. It could be somebody that's old to you. Could be. Some of you guys, you already know that. So I do feel like going back to the love portion, because that's where we kind of started mostly. I did it the opposite way. You have other things that you need to be focusing on, but you will be facing, and I'm just going to tell you, you will be facing this whole past thing. Whether it's your emotions, whether it's your mind, or the actual person, you will be faced with that. Let's go ahead. Let's get this element of spirit. Let's get trust divine timing. Let's see what's coming out here for you, Sagittarius. Let's see what's coming out here for you, Sag. Woo, that card flew all the way across the table. Now, you have the Six of Wands here, and you have the Queen of Swords. Both of them have this element of blue and white. I don't know what that is, but the same color scheme is coming out on this card and also this card. Two different authors, two different illustrators, but that energy is coming out. So some of you, I don't know if this is a person's color, if this is the nationality, flag, if they like blue, maybe they live in a cold region, something like that. Maybe you may meet somebody here, you know, in the winter. I said that, didn't I? Didn't I say the start of the season? So there could be something that's going to be happening here in a season, in a winter, which could be you fully cutting somebody off, by the way, because the Queen of Swords talks about that. But then also here with the Six of Wands, there could be someone coming in here to get your attention. So it's not just one thing that could occur in a winter. Maybe you are going to some type of event. She's dressed up, you know, she got a little crown on her head, you know, she's in a dress, you know how that is. They have Christmas parties, that type of thing. Certain events where someone comes in and they're like, ooh, you look attractive, right? That could happen. But it could, like I said before, it could also be that you guys are going to be cutting someone out of your life or withdrawing your energy in some type of way. Okay. Element of spirit. I'm going to go ahead and get another one. You guys are going to be spending money like crazy. Now, again, be careful with your finances. I do know you're going to get into the Christmas, the holiday spirit. Okay. Because that one did say season, start of the season, holiday spirit. And you are being warned here to just, you know, be careful about what you spend, because some of you guys are happy a little bit in this reading. A lot of you guys are like, yeah, it's my birthday. Then we got Thanksgiving. Then we got Christmas. Then we got New Year's, that type of stuff. See, yep, told you. A lot of partying, enjoying yourself, which you should, by the way. Which I think you deserve that. I think you deserve that. I love the fact that money is going to get better. I do see in the future that money is going to get to the point of being really good, where you can buy pretty much of, you know, you could buy things without thinking this time. You know what I mean? You can finally buy things without like really like, okay, should I get this? And you know, should I get this? I don't know. Like, I don't know if I have enough money for it. Yeah, you won't be doing that. You will not be doing that. I do see you guys enjoying yourself, going out, partying, that type of thing, or just socializing in general. I do see that, and I love this for you. Okay? And, you know, the Page of Cups also, again, on top of that night, that Six of Wands, with someone coming in, you know, looking at you, giving you a little tension. And then here's a little bit of a conversation starting here with the Page of Cups. So this is good. So I don't know. I feel like things are going to start changing for you. Do I dare say that it's going to happen at the end of this year? It could, but I'm not really like big on timing and general readings like that. I say it once I see it, but it's going to be different for everybody because everybody have different charts. Okay. But that is something that I'm seeing. We're going to go ahead. Let's go ahead. Let's get your card for tomorrow. Not today, because I didn't do your reading this morning. Let's get your card for tomorrow. This is going to be for Sagittarius. Let's see what's going to come out here for you, beautiful people. I don't want to give you 2 cards because I'm sorry, I did cheat y'all a little bit. My computer, unfortunately, was running out of battery. I had stayed on for 2 hours already. All right, let's get it. I'll probably do you guys in the morning. You got the King of Swords here. Some of you guys are dealing with a Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. Some of you guys are also dealing with, what was the other sign that I saw? I don't think I remember. I don't think that was the other sign. Oh, you guys had, oh my God, I didn't realize that I had pulled that many. So you guys have the 7 of Cups coming out. And you have the 7 of Pentacles. You got 2 7s here. Oh, and the Ace of Cups. Now, this is tomorrow's energy. I would say some of you guys are going to be focused heavily on whatever relationship that you just started. Because that's what it looks like. It looks like you guys are kind of like, what do I want to do? They're asking me to go out. They're asking me something. Do I want to do it? Should I do it? I don't know. Like you're trying to figure out your options. And it's not like it's bad, but I do feel like there is a lot of like heavy attention on a new love connection. Like, I just got to keep it a bug. Like, that's what it's saying. Or, you know, some of you are at this place where you're like right at the brink, because we saw this even in the reading, where you're like leaving one situation behind and like really opening up your options. So there is someone around, but you're wondering like, should I really put my effort into this? Is this what I should do? Should I really put my foot in it? Right? So a lot of thinking when it comes down to love and relationships and how much you want to invest when it comes down to your feelings and your emotions. I do see that this, and I would say actually not just tomorrow. I mean, it can go all the way through the rest of the week where, you know, you got the Ace of Cups here with the 7 of Pentacles. You guys are going to be focusing more on yourself, and you should, okay, go out, have a good time, pamper yourself, that type of thing, especially if you've been feeling really down and depressed. I do think that that's something that you should be doing. I think that part of this energy is, you know, you focusing on you as a way of you detaching from a problem. And that's exactly what I see. You're doing it today, you're doing it tomorrow, you're going to do it the day after next and after next. So again, you have different options on how to do that. But I definitely see that you guys are going to be detaching yourself away from something mentally, definitely. I mean, it could be physically as well, but definitely mentally you guys will be doing that. So Sagittarius, this is what I have for you guys. If you guys are interested in a personal reading, of course, you guys already know what to do. All the information is down below in the description box. Please like, subscribe, and make sure you make a comment, hit that like button, and I will see you guys back here again soon.